Hi guys, this is extremewirehead, and for the next little bit on the list, been doing this for quite a while now. This time, instead of a video game, as I've done for apparently the past 4 weeks, which is quite a long time, I'm so sorry, let's try something different. And this time it's a cartoon, an anime to be specific, and that is Diabetes the Show, basically. To be more specific, the show that I want to talk about is Koufuku Graffiti, and it's basically a show about people who like to eat food. And it doesn't really... It's in stark contrast to the more popular show right now, which is Shokugeki no Soma, in that this show doesn't actually focus on cooking so much as it focuses on eating. And that becomes quite apparent from the first few seconds of the first episode, where you just see somebody basically eat rice and have a seizure from it. And it's quite fun, quite interesting, and it just puts a little smile on your face every time you see it, because you know that they just like great food, good food. And in many ways, it's a fascinating show. It makes the most mundane of things, of eating noodles, of grilling your own food, exciting experiences again, because, well, you just love these people. And I think the opening sequence really sets it apart in this case, because the opening sequence says, the very first lines it tells you is, the first person who found happiness, name it that way, because that's what they felt. And that's an interesting concept, and the lightheartedness, the fun people have, and the interesting situations they all come together when all of them really just want to enjoy life and eat plenty of food is quite apparent from the get-go. And it's quite a fun experience just because of the fact that they just love food, and it's quite fun watching them eat. But sometimes, and this is, a little bit creepy in some respects, is the fact that sometimes they just eat way too much food. Like, seriously, they had this whole thing of not wanting to sleep because they really wanted to have omelette, and that's completely fine. I love omelette myself, but when you spend the entire night all the way into the next morning cooking and eating different kinds of omelette with rice, with ketchup, you may have a problem. Maybe. Just maybe. And of course, since these are anime people, you don't see any noticeable change. And that's, whatever. It's just the kind of thing that they do. But Koufuku Graffiti, in short, is just a nice show. It's a lighthearted show. You don't see too many outrageous things happen. And that's completely fine. It's just a lighthearted show about people who like to cook and people who like to enjoy food, enjoy life, and just be cute little girls doing cute things, if that's your thing. In any case, if you liked anything that I've just mentioned, give it a shot, because it's not a heavy show, not a thought provoker or anything like that, but it's like a palate cleanser. It's a dessert after a long day. And just like any other dessert, sometimes it can be just a little bit too sweet. This has been extremewirehead, and I'll see you next week.